I'm here with Jon Levoy, Vice President of Business Development and Technology at Alego Health. Today we're discussing mobile devices for electronic medical records and how they'll be utilized in the implementation of electronic medical records. Mr. Levoy, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, so the cell phone, mobile devices, they are everywhere. So tell us how they're currently being used to access electronic medical records as well.
Well, a lot of the electronic medical record programs are implementing iPads, Android pads, cell phones into their programs. There's a lot of applications that you can actually get on the stores now. Doctors and nurses and ancillary physicians, people that work with the hospitals on a lot of things are working with them. The big thing about mobile devices is that it helps the physicians, nurses, and the people that are helping people inside the hospital really get to the information they need quicker and faster. A lot of hospitals have desktops, and you go into a physician's office and you'll sit down next to them, where with the mobile devices, especially for some of the emergency rooms and places where they need to get information quickly and mobily, I guess, they actually are able to utilize these technologies through their own cell phones, their own pads, things like that. So it actually helps them to get the information through the electronic medical records that they need to provide great patient care.
So along with the convenience of this instant up-to-date information on these mobile devices also brings along the concern for safety and also security. So how does the use of mobile devices affect the security of electronic medical records and personal health information?
The good thing about mobile devices is that when they're connected to the electronic medical record, they're not storing information. You're able to manipulate information, you're able to get information, but once you're done with that specific record, you're able to log out, and that information is never stored in your cell phone. So you're not carrying around patient information. That information can't be leaked. Obviously, there are some concerns from a mobile device implementation standpoint where people can get in, you've heard stories on TV and radio about people stealing, information from cell phones or, pads. There are a lot of securities that go into that. There's a lot of firewalls that go into all of those things. And all the people that are actually utilizing these devices have to go in through a secure network in order to get through that information.
Okay, so are there any organizations that are leading the way with mobile device usage with electronic medical records?
Well, a lot of the EMR companies have, like I said, apps on the App Store. There are some companies that are ahead of others. HIMSS, we're actually, Alego Health is part of the MHIMSS movement. We're actually on the advisory board for that. And people can visit mhims.org, www.mhims.org, and get more information. Also become, a member of that organization, and they'll have a lot of good information. AT&T, Verizon, these types of people are all very, very involved in those things as well. Actually, Alego Health, we're moving towards some mobile device management, where we're able to do our go lives mobily, and our project managers are able to control and manage our staff through an electronic device like an iPad. So we're actually able to get information quicker on our end. And so while we're teaching and while we're doing implementation support and go live support, we're able to actually gain information from our clients, get it out to our employees, and manage our projects much quicker and faster.
What is Alego Health doing as it pertains to mobile devices in the electronic medical record field?
Well, like I said, we have an application that we're working on as well for the management piece, but we're also doing training for physicians and nurses and anybody else, some allied health professionals, things of that nature, where we're actually getting them up to speed on what they can do with their devices. We're working with the electronic medical records companies to implement their pieces and their programs so that the people on the end user side are able to utilize their devices and actually be able to implement them as quickly as possible.
Now, you guys must have some huge goals as a company, as an individual. What is the future of mobile devices and the usage of electronic medical records?
Ultimately, I think mobile devices, personally, and as a company, I think we've also taken this stance, is that mobile devices are going to lead the way. The days of the desktop, the days of going to a station are really going to be obsolete. You see a lot of mobile units being utilized in hospitals. As that grows, you're going to see a growth in the tablet field, the cell phone field, and you'll be able to do things quicker and faster. As the end user becomes more comfortable with those types of devices, you'll see the hospitals become more comfortable implementing them and putting them into place. And it goes back to your security concern. As security becomes better, and as some of the security policies that are being put in place by the government and local enforcement and also healthcare enforcement, making sure that those things are all taken care of, you're going to see that really drive the mobile devices and make sure that everything goes smoothly.
All right, so off the record, do I need to get rid of my desktop and my file cabinet?
From an iPad or a tablet perspective, there's still some need for a laptop or a desktop. The good thing with these mobile devices is that you're actually able to access your home computer or your work computer through these devices and pull information. So some of the computing power of the bigger desktops or the laptops are still necessary. Excel spreadsheets, things of that nature, where they become a little more cumbersome in an iPad environment, they're still a necessary piece of your life, and Excel never goes out of my life. But it definitely is a piece of what can still be utilized. So I think it's more of a merge of the older, I guess, technology with some of the newer technology, and just making people more mobile and making them be able to get their information faster and quicker.
Thank you so much, Mr. Levoy, for sharing all this information with us. Where can we go for additional information on Alego Health and mobile devices for electronic medical records?
You can always visit our website, which is www.alegohealth.com. It's ALEGO health.com. You can also call our office, which is area code 440-617-6516.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.